tried to kill democracy. They tried to expel the people's choice and the people's vote. And they awakened a sleeping giant. They put Gloria Johnson and Justin Jones and me on trial. But they ended up putting themselves on trial. And the people's verdict is back. Guilty. Guilty of white supremacy. Guilty of patriarchy. Guilty of supporting the NRA over people. Guilty of attacking the poor. Guilty of not expanding health care. Guilty of not giving us educational resources. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Yeah, that's right. Tennessee GOP is guilty of trying to play with the wrong ones. And that is exactly what they did. But thank God these men are back in their places. Let's talk about how they got there. So the vote came less than a week after Mr. Pearson of Memphis and State Representative Justin Jones of Nashville were abruptly expelled from the legislature. Just the third time such a punishment has been used in the statehouse since the civil rights era, or civil war, excuse me. Angered by the disruption of the protest and the disregard for House rules, Republicans quickly moved to expel the pair, though an effort to remove Representative Gloria Johnson, a white lawmaker from Knoxville, failed. And the expulsion of the two chambers' youngest black lawmakers, well, it really got people riled up, including Dems across the country. And we got to see that fire on full display. This from the New York Times. Officials on the Shelby County Board of Commissioners said that they received thousands of emails and calls from around the country. The country and the world, excuse me, the county, the country and the world, pleading with them to reappoint Mr. Pearson. But there's a potential for change always, and also some potential for shade. And before we get into that shade, Conscious, how does this feel for you, knowing that these two young black men are both back in positions of power in legislature?
It feels amazing, and I think that we all are familiar with that viral TikTok. The more you mess around, the more you find out, but they ain't say mess around. I think that that's slowly but surely what the Republican Party is gonna be kind of finding out, is that when they start complaining and crying and whining about how the left and liberals are indoctrinating kids, and that's the reason why they gotta make it where we can't teach what we wanna teach. It's like, no. The kids seen in 4K how y'all treated the three policymakers that decided to stand with them in solidarity. So in 2024, when you see all them 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and 20-year-olds, they go out there and vote and they not voting for you, remember this moment right now. We all seen, everybody seen what happened, and it was obvious. You see what I'm saying? So it can't just be like, hey man, all these young people that are stuck in times, they don't need to know that in 2024 and 2023, people don't live like that no more. It's like, nah, we all saw what you did and how you did to the Justins, and I'm glad they got justice.
Absolutely, yes, and seeing them come back and also seeing that it was unanimous votes that put them back in their place, that is a powerful thing. I know that Nashville and Memphis got it right, and it's the Tennessee GOP that is in the wrong here, and that is extremely problematic, trying to use decorum as a way to justify putting these men out of their positions when that's not it, that ain't it. And the reality is that even though what you didn't have any kind of expulsion like this since a Civil War era, the reality is we're still up in the Civil War era. And that's completely clear in so many ways about the way these individuals use their mics to try to attack and take down progressive lawmakers in positions of power, especially when the individuals are individuals of color.